The first one, several people that we present tonight. First is Dave RIEBE from Pennex. Excuse me. Dave, I'll just put it this way. Pennex has had a very good relationship with the school system. From Rick, the previous gentleman who had Dave's job, to Dave, I'm working with Dave and Mr. Woods with Jack. We got at least we solidified that administration because of the original tax abatement. The check, my first or second year from GI didn't come. Pennex, who wasn't, I think, quite aware of it, and GI, and I had to spend hours tracking down that check, and a good relationship formed. And I don't want to speak for Dave, but we've had these conversations. I think we get along so well because we're very similar. Pennex is a family-owned company, and Dave and I and Chief and Artie have gone to I think he sees that in our community too. He sees that family-oriented community Leetonia has, and that's the same background that they have. So Dave's going to talk about a little bit about Pennex, the expansion, and he and I can explain where the tax abatement, once we get it written up, what it's going to be. So Dave, read.
Like me to stand?
No, it doesn't. Whatever you're comfortable. Whatever you're comfortable with.
So I can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
Why don't I do that? Because I think it's important. Board, I appreciate you having me, Rob especially, but I think it's also important I address the community, because obviously you guys are very involved in this. So again, Pennex Aluminum, my name is Dave RIEBE. We're in the World Trade Park on Commerce Avenue, and we're an aluminum extruder, and so we make extruded aluminum parts. Appreciate the board's involvement over the many years, and we currently have a tax abatement. 100% tax abatement, 75% comes from the local village, 25% comes from the school board, and we've had that now for the last 12 years, I think.
12 years, yeah. 10, then we redid another one.
Yeah, and so appreciate the board's support of that we're enjoying now. Our business has gone well over the last many years. We acquired the facility from GI 3 years ago, and we're now at a point of need to expand further. We currently have about 100,000 square feet, and we'll be expanding an additional 170,000 square feet, so it's quite a bit larger. We'll be putting in another extrusion press, some fabrication machine centers. It will involve about 65 jobs, about a 3-year time frame after we get the equipment in by the end of this year. So we're excited. I know our team in Leetonia is very excited because they have done very well with the business we have there. And so going forward, we look forward to expanding. And a key part of that was a couple things. One is, on the state level, they actually approved back in December job creation tax credits in the amount of $156,000. And so for us, this is a $33 million investment. It's the largest investment that our company has made. It's a privately owned, family-run business based out of St. Louis. Pennex Aluminum, where I come from, is based out of Wellsville, Pennsylvania, just south of Harrisburg. And so the fact that it's a $33 million investment has meant a lot for the company, and for the state of Ohio to come alongside of us meant a lot. And the village is considering their portion of supporting us with the tax abatement, which will be an additional 15-year, 75% from them. And so we're coming to the board with a request of an additional 25% tax abatement. But we happen to have a very special arrangement with the school board. Is that we set up before, and we've continued that, and we would propose that we continue the same. And that is, the school board would give us a 25% tax abatement. We, in return, give back 25% to the school. And you may ask why, but the benefit is, quite frankly, it doesn't go through the state that takes 3%. And so the school board actually comes out ahead by us. By giving the 25% tax abatement, we give 25% back. They're actually up. So go figure the math on that one. I'm not sure how the state does that, but it's a relationship that we have. And I think we'd love to continue that. So any questions for me about what we're doing from a company basis, what we're looking for in terms of support?
You don't know out of all your employees, and then the 65 on them that you would add on, how many might be from Leetonia, live in the district?
That's a good question.
You know, even if you don't know now, maybe you can follow up. I'd be real curious.
Yeah.
Because it'd be nice to see if the job growth fills up some of the empty houses too.
Yeah. It's a good question. I don't know the answer to the demographics.
A couple of you guys are going to add, Dave. it was the current tax abatement cannot be renewed any further. So once that 15 years is done, which will be about 3 years. So this percentage is for the assessment on the new land and new building. The other thing is that as we went through the enterprise zone agreement, and we're pretty sure because we've quite some meetings that we've had, is that it will start with the school board. The school board would make the first, and then it will go to the village. Correct. So once they would get us the enterprise zone agreement, we have 45 days to review it. And at that point, also, it's going to be very similar to the last agreement, probably just taking some things out. You can waive that 45 days. And I just wanted to say this because we were talking about that agreement might be ready as soon as the next board meeting. So,
yeah, our intent right now is we work with legal counsel both on our side, the corporate side, as well as local counsel.
Chip is doing it for us and the Chip.
And so as we work that out, intent to get that finalized in 2-3 weeks, so the next board meetings, so that you're able to officially vote on that.
Out of curiosity, what do you attribute the growth to?
Well, a couple things. One, our industry grows about like GDP, and so, of course, the U.S. has had a very slow and steady recovery. So in that sense, we're growing just with the market. Second thing is the automotive market in particular. There's a lot of conversion of steel to aluminum, and so we're capitalizing growth on that. And that's a key market that we'll be going after with our new press. And the third thing, quite frankly, is we're taking share. And we have, kind of like we do with our community partners, is that it's important to us to have customer relationships that are long-lasting as well. And that shows in how they stay with us and how we stay with them. So, great.
How much revenue are we talking about? What's the 25% equate to, roughly?
Roughly,
What we get right now every year is $12,500.
And that
So it
shows
was-
up in other revenue, or?
That actually has its own revenue code, and
Okay.
I'll show you where it's at.
Okay.
But they send the check directly to us, and that's how we do the transfer.
But those 65 jobs, are a lot of those, how many of those are in the office? Or office jobs as opposed to?
There'll be about 10 office jobs, roughly, 5 to 5, I'd say 7 to 10.
They college grads or high school grads?
That'll be college.
College grads.
Majority of those, obviously, are production floor.
I could use a shorter drive to work.
I'm just thinking,
To bring your resume?
and if some of our kids have an opportunity to move into those positions, if there's some partnership we could do that way. But just
What folks will find is, of course, manufacturing in general pays typically better than the average wage. I find that we are very competitive with that. So what's nice about it is the pay that folks get.
And part of it, that's a good point with internships, and I know that Pennex was approved at the last board meeting, been very supportive of the Envirothon team, and also working with our science teachers about some things that having speakers come out. So they've been very cooperative. Appreciate it.
Well, we really appreciate you guys, your whole company.
Well, thanks for having me tonight, and I can say on behalf of our company that it's recognized what you guys have done for us in the past, and we